So, I know y'all have seen the title of today's video of the most controversial product that Samsung released, y'all. Now, people have been asking me questions, y'all. CKid, like, should I buy it, or is it actually worth the upgrade? Like, how is the battery life? What about not having the rotating bezel? And all of these questions, y'all, we're gonna talk about that in this video, about the good as well as the bad of the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro 72 hours later. Let's talk. Now, before we actually get into the good and the bad of this watch right here, I got an announcement that I want to make to you guys. Now, I put a poll out there on my community tab. I was asking you guys, should I actually bring back the raffle again? So, based on all of the feedback of yeses that I received on that, I'm actually going to be opening up the raffle again for one of you guys out there to win a brand new Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Now, we're going to actually do this exact same way that we did the Galaxy Watch 4 giveaway. Last time we had like 500 plus entries. And so we're gonna go ahead and run it back and do it again. Now, all you have to do is head on over to the site CKidRaffles.com, and I'll link that down in the description section below for you guys to scoop up your tickets. Now, there's only gonna be so many tickets actually given out, so make sure you guys are one of the ones that got in on it before things close down. Now, the lowest ticket is gonna be $5 for a single entry, $10 for 6 entries, and $20 gets you 15 entries. And just like that, man, one of you guys out there will be shipped by yours truly a brand new Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, and you'll also be able to hang out with me on a special type of live stream, which more gonna be revealed on that in an upcoming video. And I only made the lowest tier $5 because I wanted to make sure that there was a price tier for everyone, so that way everybody could get in on it. So head on over to CKidRaffles.com for your chance to get you one of these bad boys right here, and you can join that Watch 5 Pro gangs. And also, y'all, comment down below, and I put a new poll up on my community tab asking you guys, which color should I actually be giving away? Should I be giving away the black edition, or should I be giving away the brand new gray edition? I don't know. Y'all choose and let me know which one y'all think I should be giving away. Alright, so this right here, y'all, is the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which is the direct upgrade from the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic model. Or I guess, is it? Anyway, y'all, we're gonna say that for a whole nother video because that's a different type of topic. So starting with good and bad, and we're gonna start with the design and like, do I like it, right? So I'll say this, after using it for more than 72 hours, as a person coming from the Galaxy Watch 4 here, I've always actually liked this whole clean and Movado vibe because I felt like this watch here actually gave us that. So if I'm being honest with y'all, since I've been physically using this watch here for the past 2 days, I have to say, y'all, I feel like the Watch 5 Pro is the perfect upgrade in look that I feel it gives that middle of the road like look of the classic-ish with like the sleek look of the Watch 4 at the same time. So yeah, y'all, I'm actually a fan of this style, and when you guys pair it with the right watch face, which I'm gonna show y'all how to get this watch face here a little later in this video, I mean, it just looks so fire, y'all, especially with this whole concave look. Now, I was like most of y'all out there, right? I was like, I didn't think I was gonna like it. When I first saw that Samsung revealed it, I was kind of like, man, why did they get rid of the bezel? But that's why, y'all, I don't really like judging things until I actually can physically get it in hand and actually see it for myself first. Now, one feature change when it actually comes to the design is this whole thicker body that you guys see right here. And yes, y'all, she is thick, no question about it. But after wearing it, y'all, and using it for the last 72 hours, it's really grown on me, man. I'm not even gonna lie. And it doesn't feel as big as it looked to me on day one. So I will say this, if you guys have a medium or larger wrist, it won't necessarily seem that big after a couple of hours of wearing it. But if you somebody out there and you got a smaller wrist, then this 45mm and this thick body of a watch could seem a little big on your wrist and look out of place. But my logical thinking was this, right? If it actually helps with improving the battery, which we're gonna talk about that here in a second, because y'all, I mean, man, oh man, y'all, this battery here. Anyway, y'all, let me finish my thought first before we get into that. Now, with it actually being a titanium material instead of the aluminum material that we saw on the Watch 4, I gotta say, y'all, like, I do like having the titanium material over the Watch 4 model because to me, it just feels way more premium, and being that it is titanium, it is also super light, which is something that I love about the design choice of this watch, because most people out there would think by it having a big 45mm watch face, a thicker body on it, that it would be heavier on your wrist, right? But trust me when I tell you, y'all, it is definitely a light watch to wear. And button wise, y'all, here on the side, I mean, I feel like it's just a little bit, it sticks out a little bit more, making it a little bit more clicky and tactile, but overall there's really no differences there. But design wise, y'all, no lie, I'm rocking with this watch heavy. Now, speaking of the battery, right, that we just talked about, because I know that is the one thing that I know y'all want to know about this watch is the battery life better than the Watch 4 and the Watch 4 Classic? Have they actually improved it? Now, so far with my testing of the Watch 5 Pro battery life, it has been so fire, y'all. Now, the reason I waited to actually do this video for 72 hours was because I wanted to actually see how long or good is the battery if I didn't actually charge it for like 2 or 3 days, right? And so far, the battery life, y'all, has been ridiculous. Now, with this watch, y'all, I've been using it how I typically use my Watch 4, like tracking steps, connecting my earbuds to listen to music. That new DJ Khaled and Jay-Z track called God Did, oh my God, it's so fire, man. Y'all gotta check it out. In my initial review that I did of the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, you can check that video out right up here on the screen. Now, I use this watch here also for like sleep tracking, checking the time, reading notifications, using Google Assistant, as well as like occasionally like I would use to like map out directions and stuff like that. And for 2 days straight, y'all, 2 days straight, this is where my battery percentage is at. I'm literally sitting at 51% at the time of me filming this video right now. And that is also with always on display turned on. And I also use it to track my sleep as well as snoring detection. So right now, y'all, in my 72-hour honest review and opinion, I would say battery life is extremely solid and will easily last you 2 to 3 days. But I don't want to actually give it too much praise just yet, because this is actually how the Watch 4 started off. And after a crazy amount of updates that Samsung did, they killed the battery life on this watch right here. So I'll say this, within my 72 hours review of using it, I have to say the battery life is solid and a huge improvement from the Watch 4 and the Watch 4 Classic. To be honest, man, it's just actually good be using a watch that has a good battery life on it again, and I don't really have to worry about like carrying a charger on me and all of that, because the Watch 4, y'all, you know what? Let's just move on. All right, so let's talk about features, software, and just kind of overall usability of the watch and just how that's been for me, right? Within my first 72 hours with this watch here, it's been solid for the most part. Starting with the bad, right? Because we got to talk about the bad, right? Now, with this watch, if you guys are curious, if you guys are Apple users, you're still not able to use the Watch 5 Pro with an iPhone. I mean, I kind of knew this, but if you guys were out there wondering, you can't do it. Now, if you guys are coming from something like the Watch 4 or the Classic, you can actually still use the same charger that you already got if you guys were interested in that. So yes, it will still work with your new watch. Also, when it comes to accuracy readings of having it closer to your wrist, because that's the main reason why they decided to make this watch here thicker. Now, in my testing, y'all, I felt like getting the readings actually seemed to work better than my Watch 4. So what I mean by this is when I'm actually doing something like an EKG or checking my body compositions on this watch, I felt like the buttons here on the side as well as the thicker body here actually helped with getting my readings right the first time versus when I actually used my Watch 4. Because for some reason on the Watch 4, it would ask me to reposition on my wrist, then it would ask me to make sure my fingers were properly touching the buttons when I already knew that they were. But on the Watch 5 Pro here, I feel like the sensors on this watch are definitely an improvement for sure. Now, with the sleep tracking, right, I've tested this out over the past couple of days and it worked, y'all, no problem at all, because I wanted to test that out because I know a lot of you guys out there are like me and you use this feature a lot. Now, the other thing which we will go ahead and dive down into a little bit more here in a second is using the sleep tracking by having to actually wear this to bed. Is it comfortable to wear to bed? I'm gonna tell y'all like this, it is by far one of the most comfortable watch bands I have yet to wear today, because the watch band, y'all, is so comfortable, and with it being light and this titanium metal, it's not uncomfortable to wear to bed at all, y'all. Now, when it comes to this whole digital bezel thing, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all, it's a con for me. I'm still not the biggest fan of this whole digital bezel implementation on this watch. It just seems not as intuitive and easy to use for me, but I will mention this, that having this whole raised lip right here on this digital bezel, it makes an improvement with getting it to work every single time, if that makes sense. It's like the raised edge allows you to be a little bit more accurate when it comes to using it. So yes, it is an improvement, but it's still not a feature for me that I tend to use often. And if I'm being real, right, I know a lot of y'all out there, you love the physical bezel, but to be honest, y'all, I feel like if you guys were to give this watch a try, you probably really wouldn't miss the physical bezel that much, because the way that they actually designed it was actually pretty genius as a way to like somewhat give you like the look without actually having that physical bezel, if that makes sense. Trust me, y'all, just give it a try. Or better yet, you can actually just join in on the raffle at CKidRaffles.com and go that route, which is probably the better route because you don't have to actually put up that much of an investment to try to actually win one. I mean, it's only $5. Link for it down in the description section below. Now, when it comes to the process and how quick this watch operates, it feels good and pretty much on par with the previous model to me. It doesn't really seem fast in navigation or anything like that, but it is definitely more accurate and faster with getting a lot of the health readings I've noticed over the previous generation. But to be honest, y'all, nothing to the point where it seems like way faster or anything like that, but there is a slight improvement for sure that I've noticed when it comes to the health side of things. And oh yeah, we also got Google Assistant right out of the box this time around, so ain't no waiting around 9 months to birth this feature on this watch anymore, and it works flawlessly, y'all. Now, one thing that I want to mention and talk about, and that is this whole new band style. And if I'm being honest with y'all, I gotta keep it a bean. I didn't really like it at first on day one because it took me way longer than I wanted to actually figure out how to adjust this and get it to actually work on my wrist. But after using it for a couple hours and figuring it all out, I fell in love with this watch band, y'all. It just, and how like this whole metal just clasps, like I just love that, y'all. To me, magnets over everything. But it is also a very comfortable watch band, y'all, and it just feels right on your wrist, and it doesn't give like my wrist or my arm any type of fatigue to where it's like I feel like I need to like take it off after wearing it for multiple hours straight. Yes, y'all, I have worn this watch here for over 72 plus hours straight. I mean, I took it off in the shower, but to test it out, yes, I've worn it for over 72 plus hours straight. Dedication, baby. Overall, y'all, to me, this is a solid watch, and I'm glad I actually decided to give it a try before just prejudging that I wasn't going to like it, because I do actually enjoy it more than the Watch 4 because of the small improvements that I wish were on the Watch 4 and the Watch 4 Classic. And I will still argue and say that this is still the best Android watch that you guys can buy on the market today, no question. And I haven't had any issues with this watch so far as setting it up and pairing it to my Galaxy Z Flip that you guys see right here. Now, I know for my Watch 4 Classic fans out there, trust me, y'all, I get it. I know you guys are upset about losing the physical rotating bezel, but I think if you guys step outside your comfort zone just a little bit and experience this watch, you just might actually find that you enjoy it a little bit more than you actually think you would have, especially if you guys pair it with like the right watch band and you pair it with the right watch face. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna look fly as hell. But so far, y'all, using it for 72 plus hours, I'm enjoying the experience still. And since my Watch 4, the Apple Watch, y'all, has been sidelined, and I haven't turned back to that thing yet because I just can't do square face watches anymore. Like, it just looks super weird to me on people's wrists. So yeah, y'all, I would say give it a try. And if you guys don't want to pay full retail for it, then go ahead and let me do that. And just go ahead and take a chance, get in on that raffle, man, at CKidRaffles.com and win you one. So that way you guys can get in on it and join the Watch 5 Pro gang. And again, we're gonna do it all on a live stream. But let me know, man, what other questions you guys have about this watch. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm gonna continue to keep wearing it, testing it out, and other things like that. But as always, y'all, make your move and always remember your why. And I'll see y'all in the next one. This watch is so fire.